Hey everybody, it's Bill Slocum. In this short little video, I'm going to talk with you about creating a web map using existing GIS web services. So a little bit of housekeeping. Neither the National Park Service nor NC State University endorses or recommends any commercial products, processes, or services. This material may not be used for advertising or product endorsement purposes. This material is intended for educational purposes only. And finally, neither the United States government nor NC State University warrants or assumes any legal liability or responsibility for the accuracy, completeness, or usefulness of any information, apparatus, product, or process disclosed. So, that's the housekeeping stuff out of the way. I am going to talk with you about creating a GIS web map in your National Park Service ArcGIS Online for Organizations account by searching for existing layers. And these layers are available through your content. There are some available through the Park Service organization. And finally, how to add web mapping layers from other ArcGIS Online content so that you can browse and discover some new data layers. So I've gotten logged in to my ArcGIS Online account, and I'm going to navigate to my content. Now, just like any other piece of software, there's always multiple ways to do things. So as you explore, you may find workflows that work better for you. And remember, this is just an introductory video to get you accustomed to the interface and some ways to move around it. So I want to create a map. And I'm going to give this title, since I've been working with some colonial data, I'm just going to make one for Colonial National Historical Park Base Map. And here I'm going to type in Colonial, and I'm going to type in Base Map, and I'm just going to type in Boundary. And for the description, just for simplicity's sake, and you should be more verbose than I am, I'm going to say Colonial National Historical Park Base Map and click OK. Now that's going to take me, it says I currently have a map open. Do I want to discard those changes? Yeah, I don't mind. So now I'm at the generic interface here, and this little navigation pane at the top here talks about details, and you can toggle that on and off so it shows your contents. But the button I'm really concerned about is the Add button, and I want to search for layers. Now, you'll notice I am zoomed out to the conterminous United States, and there are 610 results found within the organization itself. So these are data layers that other people within the Park Service have made available to you. And since I'm working with Colonial, I could zoom in to the Virginia area, and since I have the within my map area selected, those results would go down. But I'm first of all, based on the Land Resources Division Track and Boundary Service, I'm going to add that data to my map. And it'll take a while, and you can see here that now some points, lines, and polygons have been entered. I'm going to click Done Adding Layers, and I can pan and use my mouse wheel to zoom in and out. I could use my navigation controls up here to zoom in or out. Or I can hold the Shift key and drag an area of interest, a bounding box, and do that until I get to the area in which I'm concerned. Alright, so there's Colonial National Historical Park, and if I click on the Legend button, you can see that the Park Service, the Land Resources Division, is actually supplying me quite a bit of data. Now for your park, this may be completely fleshed out. For some places like Colonial, you may not have the track data. Currently, Colonial only has the boundary data. Okay. Now, I'm going to go back to Add Content, and I'm going to search for layers again. But this time, instead of my organization, I'm going to choose my content. And you'll see that I've got some other things. Well, these are other groups that I belong to, and we'll talk about those later in a different video. But I'm going to click on My Content, and here you can see that 26 have been found within my map area. And I could type in, if I wanted to, let's just try kilometer markers. And remember that I actually went in and put metadata tags in, so therefore my data shows up for me. And I'm going to click the Add button. And you can see that here they are. Now, I can tell you this, those were developed from a web service that I created earlier in one of my earlier videos of using a uploaded shapefile. So, I am done adding layers at this point, and now I want to save my map. Okay, it's a good idea to periodically save your work. Everybody knows that the internet is not Google, it's not Amazon. The internet is an open thing, and sometimes glitches happen when you're working in an online environment. You've experienced this through other things, I'm sure. Maybe a video is frozen. Well, the same thing is going to happen with this software, so please just be patient. I'm going to go back to Search for Layers. And another way to find some data, first of all I'm going to remove this, is to look at ArcGIS Online. Now you can see that 10,000 results have been found with data associated with my area of interest, the area around Colonial National Historical Park, and some of these things you should just explore, see what is available. You have the World Street Map, you have World Transportation, you have USDA Forest Service Wildland Fire Hazard, which is put out by the federal user community, and the list just goes on and on and on. So what I'm going to do is start to look for something that could, add to this map. So the layer that I'm going to add is, I'm going to go ahead and add in the weather stations from NOAA. Now you can see here that these have been developed by the Esri Disaster Response Group, and it's probably trusted. If you wanted to, you could click on this and view some item details, see what's available. But here the summary says, current wind condition layer is created from hourly data provided by NOAA. So I'm going to go ahead and choose that. I'll click Add. And you'll notice that some things have popped up on my monitor, on my screen here, on my map. I've got a station 14, a station 15 over here, and there's a station 13 over here. But I'm done adding layers. So I've added layers from my content, I've added layers from my organization, and I've also gone on to the ArcGIS Online community and found some appropriate data for this map. And there's all different things out there. There's population density, there's population growth, there are aerial hazards out there, I'm sure, all kinds of different things. So look and see what's available that may enhance your web map before you go off and just start creating some data. Alright, so I've got my map, I've got a legend up here. If you notice, I click on the legend tab and it shows me what is available. Alright. And I'm going to simply go back to my content, and again I'm going to save early and often. There we go. So my map is saved. It's that easy to create a map based on GIS web services. Alright, thanks a lot and I hope you have a good day.